everyone and welcome to my channel. This is going to be me reacting to my Premier League predictions from the start of the season and then comparing them to what actually happened at the end of the season. So boom, here's the table. First column is the prediction, my prediction, then the club I predicted to finish in that position, their actual position, and then the points, basically the difference from my prediction and the actual spot they ended up in. So the higher the number, the worse. And the lower the number, the better. For example, a -5 and a 5 is the same thing. They're both 5. And I'm not going to go through every team. I'm just going to go through the major ones. We're going to start off with Spurs. I predicted them to get 4th place. They ended up in 17th place. That is 13 positions off. I don't think anybody predicted this. Nobody saw this coming. Spurs were abysmal this season, and I mean, everybody knows. But this bad? 17th place. Honestly, don't know what to say about them. Just very disappointing from them. But somehow they still get Champions League games. They still are in the Champions League, which I predicted, but not this way. So yeah, that was my worst prediction of the season. Next up, right under them, is West Ham. I predicted them to get 5th place, and they got 14th place. That is -9 points. I had big expectations for West Ham. Their transfers they made in the summer, they impressed me, or they were moving me, I guess. But at the end of the season, you can only say that Wan-Bissaka was a good transfer. The rest were buns. Todibo, Kilman, Fulkrug, I'm pretty sure they made like 2 others. None of them did much or at all, anything. So yeah, that's another awful prediction. United, another one, -8. I predicted them to come in 7th place. They got 15th place. And this is probably the worst performing team in terms of what they were expected to do and what they actually did. 15th place. I know Spurs is even worse, but they got Champions League in the end. United got nothing. And they're now having a fire sale, selling all their players. The team's falling apart, and I'm enjoying every second of it. And then the last team really to note that had like a high number is Forest, and I put them in 15th place. They actually got 7th, so that's a difference of 8 points. Honestly, nobody saw this one either. Nobody saw Forest being this high. Some people had them relegating, but I think I did pretty good with 15th. I think that's like the highest position I saw someone put Forest in. And they honestly could have ended up higher. They just, ran out of steam towards the end of the season. It just started dropping points after points. And they ended up in 7th, which is pretty good still for them. Other than that, I did pretty well. There's a bunch of zeros, or 3 zeros. There's 1s, there's 2s, 3s. I think those are pretty good. I'll take those. Just those few predictions that really messed up the whole thing. So now I want to move on to my weekly analysis that I've been doing throughout the whole season. So first off, I want to announce that I got 4 points in the last week of the season, so taking me to a total of 206 points. And if you do the math, there is 760 points up for grabs throughout the whole season. I got 206, meaning I only got 27% of the available points. That's pretty bad, but I feel like even getting something like 50 is great, because who honestly is predicting these games like bang on every week? I don't think many people are. So this is a bar graph of the points that I got for each team, and you can see there ahead of the rest is Southampton with 34 points. I got 34 of their 76 available points, which is pretty easy to do because you just have to predict they're gonna lose every week, so I'm not proud of that. Next up was Liverpool and Leicester, both at 27, and again they're at opposite ends of the table, so Liverpool's going to most likely win their games, Leicester's most likely going to lose their games. And if you look throughout the bar graph, that's the pattern. If they're higher up in the table, I got more of their points, and if they're lower, I got more of the points as well. It's just the teams in the middle, it's hard to predict. The lowest performing team, or the team I struggled with the most, is actually Aston Villa. I only got 15 points out of 76 available points. So I'm guessing I don't know. I would have to look back at my predictions. I just struggled with Aston Villa. Maybe I doubted them too much because I did have them in 10th in the season prediction. Maybe that was the reason. I don't know. And then there's a couple other teams down there with 16. Spurs, who I've been saying throughout the whole season, I've hated them because they just did the opposite of what I predicted. Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton, Everton, Crystal, United, Newcastle. I mean, a lot of teams that are sort of in the middle. I just struggled with. Yeah, but nothing crazy to note there. I did also keep track of how many points I got for the team when they were home and away. One is Fulham. I really want to note Fulham because when Fulham were away, I got 19 of their points. But when they were at home, I only got 4. Don't know what that's about. So I only got 23 points for Fulham. Another team is Bournemouth. Similar situation when they were away. I got more points. I got 12 other points from away and only 4 when they were at home. And then Spurs, it was the opposite. I got 12 other points when they were at home and 4 other points when they were away. So I think I just overestimated them when they were away. So I gave them a lot more wins when in reality they were probably losing. I mean, they lost like 21 games, was it? 22 at the end? I don't know. And then this is a pie chart of how many points I got each game or how many games I got of each point. I don't know how to describe it. But there was 380 games and 211 of them I got 0 points, meaning I didn't get the right outcome, and of course I didn't get the right score line. That is 55%. That's pretty bad. I was aiming for something lower than 55. So that means that in 45% of the games I got the right outcome. So I got the right winner or I predicted a draw. And only in 36 of those games I got the right score line. So a bang on prediction. And that's 10%. I think that's decent, maybe. So that's basically like every game week, at least one game, I got the right score line on average. But overall, this was harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to get a lot more points. I always thought I was a good predictor. I guess not. But I will be trying to improve it for next season. Hopefully, I can do it. This was just a season wrap up. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and peace.